Well, hello and welcome to the start of classes for fall 2025. I'm Dr. Bram Duffee, and I'll be your instructor for this online course. Communication in general is an area of practice for me in my own professional life. And so I'm excited to be able to share it with you in this format that we have. But in this video, I want to tell you more about myself so that you can get to know me as your instructor. And then this week, you will in turn have an opportunity to let me get to know more about yourself. But first, one point about textbooks, just so everyone is on the same page, we're not using any of the assignments or quizzes from the textbook for our class. The only deliverables that you should think about are ones that are outlined in the syllabus. And so that means that all of the things that you do for the class should be submitted through the D2L platform, not through email and not through any textbook external platform. So that's kind of one of the big things. And so first, let's talk about how to best communicate. You have my phone number for emergencies in the syllabus, but I think the best way for you to communicate with me is through email, the bduffee@kennesaw.edu. So it's bduffee@kennesaw.edu. That's my Kennesaw email account, and I would like for you to email to that email instead of the selection availability to use the D2L platform. So to talk to me, please don't go through the online platform, go through email directly. And so that's because I check that email often, and the D2L email goes into a totally different source. So again, like I mentioned though, I want to ask that you post all of your assignments and discussion board interactions always in the D2L system. But when you communicate with me as the instructor, I want you to use the formal email. All right? So more about me now and my personal background. And so, as I said, my name is Bram Duffee, and I'm a scholar practitioner because I work as a researcher, but I also work as a paramedic. So I teach here at KSU in Georgia, but at the same time, I'm a paramedic in Houston. So I work, as a professor, and I work in healthcare. And so through all that, folks ask me like, what does all that mean for your degree background? And so for me, first I got my paramedic, and that was about a 2-year program. An associate's degree at a junior college was a 2-year program. And then I have a bachelor's, and my first master's are from Southern Illinois University. So if you're familiar with Carbondale area, that's where I got those degrees in public relations and speech communication. And then I went to Fielding Graduate University to get my second master's and my PhD in the area of human systems and human development. So that's kind of my degree background. But my research areas have to do with stress and some of the most stressful moments that paramedics face, dealing with conflict and communication and decision making. So I look at health communication from those really particular kinds of perspectives, in that I can mix even the scholar practitioner up into that as well. Some of the other things that I do, I host a podcast called EMS Research, where I interview researchers who do work in the area of emergency medical services. So if you want to check me out, you can go to www.professorbram.com. So it's professorbram.com. That's my formal website for my podcast. So that's something that you might want to check out. Something else, if you're a YouTuber, I have a website that's called the number 4. EMS Research is the where you'll find me on YouTube. It's the number 4 EMS Research. Some other cool things about me, I review for a few journals like the Journal of Social Science and Medicine and the International Journal of Paramedicine. And through that, it allows me to really stay up on what's happening in research right now in my areas. I've written 2 books on communication, including the most recent book called Hypnotic Communication in Emergency Medical Settings. That's something that I co-authored and with a professor from Mexico, and we published that through Rutledge. And the book was about teaching paramedics how to use some of the principles of hypnosis when they are communicating with patients. Right now, I'm writing 2 chapters in another book with a team from London on sort of the same topic, but it's covering nosemic communication. And the term nosemic communication literally means communication that can be hurtful rather than helpful in situations. So as you can imagine how critical that it might be to always be offering positive communication when you're a paramedic who's helping someone or with someone at their worst. And so that's the stuff that I study. So for more personal stuff about me, I'll tell you that I'm married and I live in the Houston suburbs. And my hobby, fun time, revolves around bicycling and dogs. So I grew up around all kinds of dogs because I lived on a fox farm in southern Illinois when I was growing up. But now that I'm in the suburbs, I just have 3 dogs, and they include, I have 2 giant schnauzers. So they're big black dogs. One's a boy and one's a girl, and I groom them myself. So 2 giant schnauzers, and then I also have a Jack Russell Terrier. So that's what I have going on. And I just want to tell you that for this class and what we're doing together, when we look at my teaching philosophy and how I want to work and approach what we're going to do together, is that my approach to this teaching and learning thing is that you have to do something to make your mind work. And that's the whole reason we have course deliverables and we have interaction with others. And so anytime you make a discussion board post, you'll be making that post by Wednesday each week, so that folks have enough time to read posts and do the final reply by Sunday. So it's those kinds of things that help this class progress and allow us to work together as a class to work through the material and learn together. And so as we go through the class, I just want to encourage you to print out that syllabus so that you're able to see the dates and map what we're doing in class, so that you know that you're doing what's required of you as of the syllabus and not of the anything to do with the textbook. And that's going to help us make this a great semester. And so if you have any questions, if you need anything, let me know. I'll be trying to post messages on the main announcements board to help us as we progress through class. Make sure to watch my videos, and I look forward to making great connections with you this term.